So next we're going to show you how to make some grass. Really easy. We get our paste that we've already softened up, and I'm going to roll into a sausage. Now press down gently and then use your rolling pin to roll one side slightly thinner. Now it's sticking a little bit, so I'm just going to introduce a little bit of corn flour to stop the sticking. That's better, and then it's not rolling around everywhere while you're trying to work. So can I just show you there? Now I've rolled one side thicker and the other side thinner. Can you just about pick that up? Like that. And the reason for this is we're going to cut this grass and we're going to roll it up to make a sort of a crown shape. So this is the grass cutter. You can put a little bit of Trex on there or spray some oil on there to stop it sticking if you wish. So I'm just going to dab a little bit across. It's normally on the points that it tends to stick into. Now with the larger open end of the cutter, that's going onto the thicker part of the paste. And we press down, give a little wiggle on the board, and that should cut through beautifully. Now with your thumb, just make sure that it's cut thoroughly through there like that, and lift away the excess paste. You can cover that, and then the next job is to get it out the cutter. Now I do have people saying they struggle with this, so it's really easy. Get your Dresden tool, cocktail stick, or like me, the end of the rolling pin, and can you see how I'm pushing the thicker end out first? And once you've done that, it just gently comes away. So we're going to lie that down and then use our water brush with a little bit of water in. I'm going across the thicker end of the paste. And then this is the tricky bit. I'm going to roll. So we're going to roll this up now. This is why I say this looks a little bit like a crown. Now once we've done that, it looks okay as it is, but let's add a little bit of movement to it. So with our fingers, we're going to gently roll in. Now can you see what's happening? It's all starting to come out more. And because it's under the sea, let's twist it a little bit. So obviously I called this making grass because normally these would be tufts of grass. Maybe I'd put bulrushes coming out of them, or do lots of things for Easter and springtime with the grass effect. But there is my little tuft of grass. So I'm going to leave that for 1 second to dry, and while I'm leaving that to dry, I'm going to show you how to make the fish. And again, nice and simple. You can buy moulds for these, but again, I like to do it freehand. Use a bit of creativity. So roll your paste into a ball, and then I'm going to pinch for the tail to start with. And then what we need to do is pinch a little bit for the fin's top and bottom. Now bear with me, it will turn into a fish. So we're going to put that flat, round him off a little bit. Now with the pointed end of my rolling pin, I'm just going to push in a little bit there. You could use tweezers if you wish to round that off. And the same with the fins, so I'm just pushing in gently to make that. Now this is where the magic starts. With the Dresden tool, or again my rolling pin, I'm using the back of it and I'm going to rub against the icing. So we'll start with the tail first, and I'm going to pull. Now what this does, this is actually fanning it out. Like that. And I'm actually coming off the ends there to give it a little bit of texture. And then we need to do the fins in the same way. So we fan them out like so. Now we just need to create a little bit of face on there. So I'm going to pinch his face a little bit. Not too much, you don't want him too pointed. And then with a scalpel, You can just create a little line for his mouth. And again, with the pointed end of the rolling pin, I'm gonna see which is best, top and bottom. I think that's probably the top. So we just do a little eye, like so. And there's your little fish.